It was 2:17 a.m., and the hospital corridor was completely silent. But inside me, everything was falling apart. Just an hour ago, I had become a father, and somehow, at the exact same moment, I had lost everything. My name is Ethan Carter, and that night, my wife Sophia Carter disappeared without a single warning. When I walked back into the hospital room, the bed was empty, the blanket still warm, but she was gone. All that remained was a small note beside our newborn baby girl. It said, "I'm sorry, Ethan. I can't do this. Please take care of her." That was all. No explanation, no second chance, no trace of where she went. Just silence and a crying baby in my arms. I named her Lily, and in that moment, I knew my life had changed forever. The first few months were the hardest days I had ever lived. I didn't know how to hold her properly, didn't know how to calm her when she cried in the middle of the night, and I had no idea how to be both a father and a mother at the same time. But I had no choice. During the day, I worked tirelessly just to survive, and at night, I stayed awake, holding Lily, walking around the room, whispering softly until she finally fell asleep. There were nights when I sat on the cold floor beside her crib and cried quietly, asking myself why Sophia left, wondering if I had failed as a husband or if our daughter wasn't enough for her to stay. But every time Lily wrapped her tiny fingers around mine, I made a promise to myself that no matter what happened, I would never leave her. As the years passed, life slowly began to settle. Lily grew into a bright, kind, and cheerful little girl who had the most beautiful smile. She became the reason I kept going, the reason I pushed myself harder every single day. But there was one question I could never escape. One evening when she was just 4 years old, she looked at me with innocent eyes and asked, "Dad, where is my mom?" That question hit me harder than anything else ever had. I paused, forcing a smile, and told her, "She's far away, sweetheart, but she loves you." It was a lie, but I didn't have the strength to tell her the truth. Not yet. 6 years went by, and life finally started to feel stable. I built a small business with my own hands. We moved into a better home, and for the first time in a long while, I felt like we were okay. That was when Emily Dawson entered our lives. She was Lily's school teacher, gentle, kind, and incredibly understanding. She never asked too many questions about my past, never judged me, and instead, she simply showed care and patience, especially toward Lily. Over time, she became more than just a teacher. She became someone we both relied on, someone who brought warmth back into our lives. Slowly, without even realizing it, I allowed myself to feel happiness again. One bright Sunday afternoon, we decided to spend time at the park. Lily was laughing joyfully on the swings, her voice echoing with pure happiness, while Emily sat beside me, smiling softly. For a moment, everything felt perfect, like life had finally given me peace after years of struggle. But then, something changed. Across the park, I noticed a woman standing still, staring directly at us. My heart skipped a beat as I recognized her. It was Sophia. After 6 long years, she was standing right there. She looked different, older, tired, and broken. But her eyes were the same eyes I once trusted with my entire life. She slowly walked toward us, each step filled with hesitation and regret. When she finally stood in front of me, her voice trembled as she said, "Ethan." I stood up, my chest tight with emotions I couldn't control. "Why are you here?" I asked coldly. Tears immediately filled her eyes as she struggled to speak. "I made a mistake," she said softly. "I was scared. I wasn't ready. I didn't know how to be a mother." I couldn't help but let out a bitter laugh. 6 years. "Sophia," I replied. 6 years, and now you're ready." She broke down completely, her tears falling endlessly as she tried to explain that she thought about us every day but never had the courage to come back. At that moment, Lily ran toward me, full of excitement. But then she stopped when she saw Sophia. She looked up at me with curiosity and asked, "Dad, who is she?" The world seemed to freeze in that moment. Sophia's lips trembled, but she couldn't say a word. I took a deep breath, knelt down beside Lily, and gently said, "She's your mother." Lily looked at Sophia for a moment, then turned and held Emily's hand, tightly. "With complete innocence," she said. "But my mom is right here." That single sentence shattered everything. Sophia collapsed into tears, realizing that the place she once had was gone, replaced by someone who stayed when it truly mattered. Sophia looked at me one last time and asked, her voice barely audible, "Can I see her sometimes?" I stayed silent for a moment, my mind filled with memories of pain and struggle. Before I could answer, Emily softly said, "It's your decision, Ethan, but every child deserves to know the truth." I closed my eyes briefly, then opened them and said, "You can be part of her life, but you're no longer her world." Sophia nodded slowly, tears streaming down her face, because deep down, she knew she had lost that place forever. From that day forward, Sophia visited occasionally, trying to rebuild something that had long been broken. But Lily's home, her true home, was with the people who never left her side, with me and with Emily, the one who chose to stay when it mattered the most. And that day, I understood a truth that changed me forever. People who walk away during your darkest moments may return one day, but they can never reclaim the place they abandoned.